Welcome back everybody to another Porsche Mode episode, and today we have in Richard's Macan Turbo. We've looked after this car for about 4 years now. He has had various issues, but servicing wise has been pretty good. We have had an issue getting out the spark plugs. They have, you can see on camera, the spark plugs are really badly burnt. Looks like they've been leaking voltage back through the plug. They are the original Porsche plugs as well, so it does leave us a bit suspicious to when they were last changed. But the issue we had is getting the coil pack, which goes on there, which it should look like this, attached at one, but to get this all off we have had to break the rubber, so we are going to have to put a new set of plugs in there and a new set of coil packs because we've damaged them because they've been seized to there. So yeah, although we've looked after this car for 4 years, we've never changed the plugs because apparently the plugs did get changed at 60,000 in 2021 by a garage in Nottingham before Richard brought the car. However, I don't think they changed the plugs. I think those are the original plugs from factory, because previous to that there's no record of them being changed, and being VP stamped, they are Porsche plugs. So I reckon those plugs have done 90,000 miles or 89,000 miles, and they've been in the car for just over 11 years, hence why they look like they do. So again, it's another reason, always take your Porsche to a Porsche specialist you trust, because sometimes things can get missed, and luckily for Richard they're being changed now, because a plug that old could have caused some serious damage by the tip dropping off, or the breakdown of the porcelain around the tip could have fallen into the engine and caused some catastrophic damage. So it's great that they're being done now and they've not caused any issues. Hello and welcome back. We were certainly busy today picking up a lot of car sales inquiries, and we did pick up a few over the weekend as they come in. I think we had about 10-12 inquiries on all our cars over the weekend, as you do. Obviously everyone's off and car shopping. We did take a deposit on the white 981 GT4, which we've had recently into stock. The chap brought that and he's off to the Nürburgring on Sunday in the car. Really nice spec, although it is I think it's the highest mileage GT4 on sale on Auto Trader. It was priced correctly, but I think the spec really sold the car. The spec on the GT4 was really good from factory, with the 918 seats, the red stitch, the sports chrono, and various other bits. It even had the corner and headlights, which was quite a rare option from factory. It had a lot of non-factory options, which included the Ohlins coilovers all round, with RSS bump steer correction kit, front and rear. It had a Sharkwerks light and flywheel and clutch. It had the rear spoiler raisers and end plates, and it also had a chirographic headers and X-pipe on the exhaust, which made it sound incredible. And it definitely, the light and flywheel and the headers, the engine just picks up a lot quicker. It's a lot more revier, and it just feels like it's definitely punching more than the 385 horsepower from factory. So some really good options on there. And the guy, Seb, who's brought the car, he's off to the Nürburgring on Sunday, so perfect car to take. He's coming down tomorrow to collect the car on a trailer, take it back, and then off to the Nürburgring. We also had our KNE hybrid. We had 2 people come and look at that. It's not even advertised, but a couple rang up and said, look, we're looking for a KN. Have you got anything? And we said, well, we actually have got a KNE hybrid in prep. It's a 2012 KN e-hybrid, 60,000 miles, 2 owners, but we're just waiting for the logbook to come back for the number plates. In the workshop today we had a 957 KNS 4.8 V8 in for a major service and inspection. Had a few little issues that the customer had noticed, like a rear door lock was not opening, which is quite a common issue on the KNs. They only open from the inside, which means the lock's broken. However, the customer, when he dropped the car off, said, look, I've only had this car for a month. Brought it from a dealer. I'm not too sure on the history of the car. Not the history, but it's a new purchase. So he said, look, can you check it over before completing the major service? So I know where I'm at with the car. And we did get it on the ramp, and we did find quite a few issues with it. It is going to cost quite a lot of money to get the car up to basically a good standard. So he's got no problems. It has got quite a big oil leak. It's got a coolant leak, which looks like it's coming from the heater matrix connections. The front disc and pads are delaminating. And there's a few other bits of age-related stuff. So we did have to break the bad news to him and say, look, what do you want to do and what do you want to prioritise? And I think he's going to go back to the dealer he brought it off, because some of the stuff isn't just happened in within the last month. There's definitely some stuff that he's purchased the car and it's just not been done correctly. Again, this is why I stress, when you buy a car like that, make sure you buy it from someone reputable. You may pay, £1,000 or £2,000 more than another car, but if you buy it from Porsche specialist or a specialist cars place, hopefully they've prepped the car right, and it's going to save you in long term in basically remedial work or breakdowns, which this guy's got. I think it's going to be £3,000, maybe £4,000 in repairs, which is a lot when you've just bought a car and you need to spend that money straight away. So yeah, people do be careful where you buy your cars from. As we see all the time, it's not the first car, and it's definitely, it's not the last one we're going to see of like that. Whilst the GT4 was on the ramp, just having like a pre-sales check over, we did have just randomly turn up a 991 GT3 Gen 2 in yellow, which I must say is my favourite colour in that GT3 configuration. turned up and he had a huge nail in his rear tyre. So it was pretty much a brand new Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. So it was a shame to just throw that away and put a new tyre on. It was bang in the centre of the tread, so it hadn't damaged the sidewall or anything. So we did do a high-speed puncture repair on that tyre. Yeah, it seems a shame to throw away a brand new tyre. Welcome back everybody, it's Wednesday morning. I'll walk you through what we've got in today and we'll go from there. So this came in yesterday for a major service, but we did notice it had quite a bad misfire. So we ordered a set of core packs in for today, so we've completed the major service with full set of core packs, checked over the car, everything's good, so that will leave us later this morning. We have Mark's 957 Macan Turbo in, which has got a boost deviation fault, so we do need to investigate into that, so currently looking into that. We have Ben's been on the Panamera Hybrid this morning, which is in for a major service, and the customer's waiting for this car, but he was complaining that the electric socket wouldn't release for the hybrid charge, and one of the heater flaps wasn't working properly. So we've had the P-Wiz plugged into the car, we've ran a load of tests, we figured out what parts we need. We'll go off to his warranty company and we'll see if they're covered. But first of all, we'll get the service done, we'll get the customer heading back home, and then we'll get the parts ordered in that we need to. We have also Chris's car in today, which is for a service. The washer bottle level sensor's faulty, so we're going to put a new one of those in, because no matter how much washer fluid it's got in, it comes up with a permanent fault. And also the window regulator seems to have dropped, so we need to look into that, possibly a new window regulator, and the window switches, the double on the drivers, are playing up, so the windows aren't always working. So that's the rundown for today. We have got a couple of other cars leaving us from other days, but that's it. We are in the process of changing this window regulator in this 987 Cayman S. We do often see sometimes when we take the door cards off to other repairers, a lot of snap clips, and when the clips break it snaps the door card plastics as well. But we have a different method to taking the door card off without damaging it with these airbags, which just presses against it rather than using the plastic trim tools and lever in it. So we'll show you how it's done.
Hey guys, just a quick heads up. I'm going to hop in here while Wader whips this door card off, and the audio is playing up this morning. So I'm going to walk you through this car and go over it as we found it on the ramp. We've got a 986 Boxster here, in for a tune, air filter, and a pretty worrying complaint from the owner: unpredictable driving on the road. And having driven it ourselves, we can confirm it wasn't just sketchy, it generally tried to kill us like 4 or 5 times. So let's have a little look why. As you can see, the car's running what is essentially active rear steering, and straight away we notice the movement in both rear arms. You can see the excessive play as the bolts into the hub. It's not just a minor issue, that's pretty serious, pretty dangerous. Now credit where credit's due, the owner has done a lot of work themselves, and we back that. Working on your own car is great if it's done right. Unfortunately, something here has gone very wrong. He let us know that it was done previously, before he bought the car, and taking a look at the hub, you can clearly see it's been pretty hammered away at. Suggests that the collet that should press in cleanly has been deformed, possibly damaged, and that is just the start. So if we come have a little cheeky look round back here, we can see the little space just right there between the rubber boot and the hub is where a little metal collar should fit. And we spoke to the owner, and he's only just recently bought the car, so these arms were fitted by someone else. And if you're fitting things like that and hammering it away, should hang your head in shame. But obviously that wasn't the only thing we found on this car. And to be fair, this wasn't an installation fault. This was the water pump pulley just falling straight off, inferior part, just failed on us. So we're gonna have to pull it all apart, get the quality components refitted in there, and make sure this Boxster drives like a new machine.
We now remove the 986 water pump that the pulley fell off the end, and so as you can see, it's a relatively new water pump, so it's obviously a component failure. Does have a metal impeller which we don't like to use, because when these do fail, we have seen that it will eat the engine casing where the water pump sits, so it can quite badly damage the water pump casing area. So we do prefer to fit a plastic impeller pump like it came out of factory. That's why we use the Miley water pumps. But this one, from our investigation, we can't be 100% confident because we didn't buy the water pump, but from the markings on top of here, which are 7H1081, and our findings online, it looks like this pump is a Febby Bilstein pump, which we have used Febby Bilstein components in the past, never had a problem with them, which is a little bit shocked. When it was a Febby Bilstein, we thought it was going to be like an eBay special or something, but these markings here do tally up with stuff we found online, so yeah, maybe one to avoid for the future. Welcome back everybody, it's Thursday morning down here, back to full strength, and we are just fitting a Miltech exhaust to this 2008 Cayman S Generation 1. We'll look at the old exhaust, and as you can see, it is well past its best. I think we had advised the customer for the last year to change this exhaust, and it's coming around to MOT time now, and lo and behold, it's not going to pass MOT in that state. So we gave him a couple of options. The best option we come up with, which we think is the best sounding exhaust on a Cayman, is the Miltech. It offers no drone, and you get a lot more like a thumpy noise out of the car, as it should have been from factory, without any of the, motorway drones or anything like that some of the other systems you do get, and it's a bit of a drawback. So we always recommend the Miltech for a Cayman. This customer has opted for, being a black edition car, we did say to the customer, you can either go for chrome tips or you can go for the black. Most customers do go for the black tips on a black car. Just looks nice. Black edition, black tips. So they are ceramic coated tips from Miltech. So yeah, we'll get this fitted up and then we'll get it for MOT. But we'll do a little cold start sound clip as well, and we'll do a bit of a time lapse fitting it up and running it up and see what it sounds like.